Wow. Wow. Yo, them Philadelphia Flyers, they some bad boys down there. What's up, guys? It is December 23rd, 2019. We are 2 days away from Christmas, and the Philadelphia Flyers have given us an early Christmas present by delivering us a nice victory against those New York Rags. Guys, I'm in Parceo Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today, guys, we're going to talk about the Flyers versus the Rangers as they just got done facing off at the Wells Fargo Center. And it was a good day for Flyers fans all worldwide. But sit back and hang tight, guys, because you don't want to miss any of this John here. So let's get this started. Yeah! Alright, guys, before we move any further, I just wanted to say real quick, thank you so much for tuning into my channel here. Whether this is the first time or if you're returning back here, I just want to say thank you so much. But guys, we are trying to grow El Parceo Philly here in the Philadelphia sports landscape, and quite frankly, I could use your guys' help. Help me out here by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel. But that's right, guys, the Philadelphia Flyers versus the New York Rangers, or as I like to call them, the New York Rags. And this would be the first meeting between both these sides. And this has honestly been a pretty solid, matchup between these two teams over the last decade or so. There's been some fun games, been some heated arguments, heated fights, heated games throughout the last 15 or so years between the Flyers and the Rangers. And it's the same thing I always say when we're talking about the Union versus the Red Bull rivalry in the MLS. It's Philly versus New York, okay? There's always going to be that displeasure between New Yorkers and Philadelphians. We're so close. We're 2 hours apart from each other, and in the sports world, both New York teams and Philly teams, all the New York teams really give you good games. But for me, when it comes to the Giants, when it comes to the Rangers, when it comes to the Red Bull, when it comes to the Yankees, and when it comes to the Knicks, I hate them. I really hate them. They are so annoying. The fans are so arrogant. And it's crazy that they are so arrogant, yet they have yet to win anything. We're talking about the Rangers here. These guys haven't won since '94, and they're still hanging on to King Lundqvist. Like he's still better than Martin Brodeur to say at least. But what the rivalry is what it is. But this was the first game between these two teams, and this Rangers team has really underperformed, quite frankly, this season. A lot of people had them sneaking into the playoffs as like a 7 seed, but there's no way they are making the playoffs. And tonight, you saw a lot of what the issues are with the New York Rangers there. One of the main storylines of this game. So one of the main storylines for this game has to have been Kevin Hayes and Alain Vigneault facing off against the New York Rangers. As we all know, they both were a part of the New York Rangers, and it was quite frankly one of the best Rangers teams that they have seen in a long time up there in MSG. And as we all know, the Vigneault and Kevin Hayes Rangers team made it to a Stanley Cup. They had a lot of success up there in New York, success that they haven't seen since the early 90s. And when it all fell apart, like around 2017, Vigneault obviously would go first as he got fired. Kevin Hayes would follow, and shortly after that, as he got traded in the middle of last season at the trade deadline, as the Rangers sent Kevin Hayes over to the Winnipeg Jets. And for Kevin, it seems as if he held on to that trade as a little grudge, you could say. He probably felt as if he wasn't the problem, and he felt as if, the Rangers could have built a good team around him. Instead, the Rangers wanted to go in a different direction and start their own rebuild. And we even saw them throw ridiculous money to Panarin. And what the hell has Panarin done this season for the Rangers? Arguably say that Kevin Hayes has been more productive than Panarin, and he was their prized free agent this past summer. So this would not only be a big game for the Flyers, but this would be a big game for Kevin Hayes and Alain Vigneault to prove that the Rangers did the wrong thing. And both those guys, quite frankly, stepped up big for the Philadelphia Flyers in this game. But this game would not start off, right away for the Flyers to take it away. It was even. It was scoreless after one, and it was honestly scoreless for most of the first two periods. So with 6 minutes into the period, Jesper Fast, while the Rangers were shorthanded, was able to beat Carter Hart to get the 1-0 goal, and that would be the first and only goal the Rangers would see on this night. And just as the period was about to end, the Flyers got an unlikely hero, Travis Sanheim, to get a nice little wrister in the back of the net, and that would put the Flyers knotted up with the Rangers 1-1 heading into the third and final period. And in that third and final period, we've seen the Flyers do what we've seen them do previously in the season, and they ran away with this game in that third period as they erupted for 4 goals. I repeat, 4 goals in that period, including 2 beautiful goals by Kevin Hayes, allowing him to get his revenge on the New York Rangers. And he was honestly a man possessed in this game. He played outstanding. His effort was on point. His skill was on display for everyone to see. He was hustling. What didn't Kevin Hayes do in this game? Not only did Travis Sanheim get the first goal to knot things up for the Flyers, but my man Travis Sanheim got 2 goals in this game. His first 2 goals of this season. And we have critiqued Travis Sanheim week in and week out, and he showed up big in this game as he was a contributor on the offensive side of the puck. And just as this game was going to end, score being 4-1, the Flyers got one more goal by another unlikely hero here, as Nicholas Kubel got his first goal with the Philadelphia Flyers to add the cherry on the top of this victory. The Flyers would win 5-1, and this was honestly a great team effort. Throughout this season, you've seen this Flyers team continuously mature, continuously evolve, and the more time goes on, the more you see these guys play together as a team, as one unit, and it is special to see. This team is fun to watch. This is must-see TV in my honest opinion. And you even look at tonight when the Flyers had a double, was up against the Sixers at the same time. Both teams played at 7 o'clock. Honestly, guys, I wasn't going to miss both games. It was my night off. I'm not going to miss both games. So what I did was I put the Flyers on the big screen. I had my Flyers on, and I had the Sixers on my phone while I was still doing work on the laptop. Point is, the Flyers have my attention over the Sixers, and I get, what the Sixers are doing this year, and they are a dominant team, and they have some fun players too, but this Flyers team, man, they signify Philadelphia. This is a team that is not being looked at, nationwide, but this is still a team that fights night in and night out, gives you effort, and they're still fun to watch. And it's great to see that, a guy like Claude Giroux, who's had to constantly put this team on his back, now can take a step back and can be a leader. He doesn't have to be the Flyers' offense, essentially. You got guys like Kevin Hayes step up. JVR is going through a nice period right now. Didn't get a goal in this game, but you can clearly tell his hustle. And he worked well. He worked well on the same line as Kevin Hayes and Joel Farabee. He was on that line. We talked about how the Scott Lawton, Kevin Hayes, and Farabee line has worked so well this season. But JVR fit right in that line, and they played extremely well. Jakub Voracek is still having a nice season as well. You got the young guys, Farabee, Morgan Frost stepping it up. Scott Lawton, when healthy, has given you consistent play as well. And yet you still are waiting for Michael Raffl to get back. You're still waiting for Nolan Patrick to get back. This team is fun to watch. And what's great too is the Flyers power play unit has been super effective this year. I can't tell you when this last time this Flyers, especially the penalty kill, has been so effective. Even on a night like tonight, the Rangers had 4 opportunities, and the Flyers power kill unit did not give them a single inch, did not give them a single opportunity to allow them to get a goal. They worked their ass off, and that has really been such a huge difference for this Flyers team. The fact that they're able to kill penalties, to kill power plays. And as well, they are able to score in shootout situations. That's been another key ingredient for this Philadelphia Flyers success. And we got to keep up this momentum. How about our boy Carter Hart? Again, another big performance and a big rivalry game here against the New York Rangers. And a lot of the talk was, it's the previous game. handing off the crown to the prince. My man, Carter Hart took that damn crown away from the King Lundqvist, and he is now the fucking king. Let's be real here. My man took 35 shots tonight. He did allow one. You know, it was inexcusable for the Flyers to allow that play to happen, but my man still saved 34 shots. And he, again, was a vital part of why you won a game. This Flyers team is amazing. This Flyers team is amazing. And the fact that we actually have a goalkeeper now is making things so much easier for the Flyers and for the fans to enjoy this as well. You know, it's fun watching good goalkeeping play. It's such a tough position to play. I've always said, besides being an NFL quarterback, being an NHL goalkeeper is not easy at all, and they do not get paid enough, and they do not get the amount of respect that these men deserve. And Carter Hart is the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, your Philadelphia Flyers right now are on a 4-game winning streak. After that nasty West Coast road trip, they have now won 4 straight, and they are looking good. And by the way, after tonight's win, the Flyers have now jumped both the Carolina Hurricanes and the Pittsburgh Penguins to now sit in 3rd place of the Metropolitan Division. Not bad. They are still 2 points away from the New York Islanders for the second place in the Metropolitan Division, and you are still 10 points behind the Washington Capitals for 1st place. But that's okay. I'm telling you guys. I'm going to continue telling you guys. Come playoff time, the Flyers will have the 2nd seed. I am not scared of the New York Islanders. Not scared. But guys, enjoy this game, enjoy this winning streak, because we're going to have a couple days of no Flyers play. Believe it or not, we're going to have 5 days rest. 5 days no Flyers. What are we going to do with no hockey here in Philadelphia? We're going to watch some Sixers, actually. But the Flyers will be back. So Saturday, Orange and Black will be back on the ice, but they will be over in the West Coast facing off against the San Jose Sharks, who are going through a little bit of turmoil themselves. They just fired Peter DeBoer, so they're going through a little shift and change. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, the previous West Coast trip did not go the way we wanted it to, so we'll see how the Flyers can bounce back, and can they keep the momentum going. You got 5 days rest, and then you got to go over to the West Coast and face off against the San Jose Sharks team that, despite the record that you may see on the record sheet, they're still a solid team. And you still got to take care of business, but I think they will. I think they will take care of business against the San Jose Sharks. But guys, that's all I got for you today. Final score again, Flyers beating the New York Rags 5-1. Merry Christmas, Flyers fans. Merry Christmas. But guys, if you want to talk about this game, and you want to talk Flyers, let me know in the comments below. Let's talk Philadelphia Flyers. And guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys checking out my show, checking out my channel. Really means a lot to me. But guys, we are trying to grow in the Philadelphia sports market, and I could really use your guys' help to grow here. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for his notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel. And if you guys want to follow me on other platforms of social media, definitely do so. Follow me on Twitter at Parceo Philly, and you can also find me on Instagram as well at L_Parcero_Philly. And until next time, mi gente, I'm El Parceo Philly, telling you guys that it's fly or die. Let's get it, guys.